Everyone knows the importance of having quality emergency medical service in their community, but not everyone understands how the system actually operates. From staffing to what happens when you dial 911, let's do a quick dive into Nash EMS in this edition of How It Works. The Nash County EMS system is comprised of 10 ambulance units that can operate as a moving network to provide the best coverage for county residents. Controlling the network in real time are 2 district chiefs, each in command of half the county units, and a battalion chief who oversees the entire system.
We have a GPS tracking system on those ambulances and QRVs, and we can pull up a system, it's called Geotab, and that system allows us to see where that truck is in real time. That paired with our CAD system that we have that shows pending calls. If a unit's out of service, maybe they're deconning after a COVID call or restocking after a severe call, that's all documented in that system. So that lets us know in real time what's going on with that unit. So our system is evolving minute by minute every day. Each shift, the district chiefs and battalion chiefs are monitoring the radio traffic, monitoring the CAD systems, and when they see a large number of calls, most of the time it's going to be in the city, they're going to start relocating units to that area to provide coverage. And usually how that works is when the units in Rocky Mount start getting overrun, we'll pull the truck from Coopers, relocate them up to the city, and then we'll take another unit, whether it be Spring Hope or Mount Pleasant, and move them up into that area. And what that does is kind of like a chain link, and it just provides coverage across the county. It doesn't have to be a station that they move to. A lot of times we've got pre-designated areas that we know, we need to stage at to be closer to the action.
Each ambulance is operated by 2 providers who work together as a team. There are 3 levels of trained crew: basic EMT, advanced EMT, and paramedic.
All 3 levels work with one goal in mind, and that is the best patient care that they can provide. Each level has a little more that they can do skill-wise. Each day our district chiefs and battalion chiefs work to ensure that we have proper staffing levels throughout the ambulances that are on duty. There may be a combination of any of those on any unit, but at any time there's a paramedic close by ready to respond to meet them if they need ALS intercept. It truly takes all levels to work towards a common goal of patient care and providing the best patient care that we can each day.
For extra support, the system also has 3 to 5 quick response vehicles, depending on staffing levels for that day. These units can assist ambulance crews or run calls of their own.
Those are the battalion chief, the 2 district chiefs, a community paramedic, and we also have a QRV that is staffed at 800 by the hospital in Rocky Mount with a paramedic.
In total, there are 25 EMS employees on each shift, 20 ambulance crew members, 2 QRV paramedics, 2 district chiefs, and 1 battalion chief. Nash County EMS now operates 4 shifts, 24 hours each. What happens when you dial 911 for a medical emergency?
So when you dial 911, there's a process behind that. You're going to get connected to our communication center here, whether they're operating here in Nashville at the backup center in Rocky Mount. They're going to process that call through a process they have called EMD, which is Emergency Medical Dispatch. In the county, we have predetermined districts, and it depends on where that 911 call is located. If that unit is in service, that's the unit that's dispatched. But there are backups built into the system that show the next unit that should go there, and so on and so forth. So on the way to any medical emergency, the crews are already talking, getting a game plan together. They've got notes in the CAD system that kind of give them a heads up of what's going on. If you're ever riding in an ambulance, they're talking the whole time, trying to figure out their game plan, constant communication. Normally when you arrive on scene, you're going to make patient contact, start that interaction, figure out what's going on. You're going to have some of your equipment with you to go ahead and start assessing vital signs, things of that nature. And then we progress on to moving out to the ambulance, where we'll finish up some more treatment and then onto the facility. Our ambulances are set up to provide advanced life support for our patients. We have all sorts of tools and equipment, new technology that we can use to provide that care. Some of that being cardiac monitors. We do have video scopes now for intubation. We carry a lot of advanced medication, and we have a good set of protocols that allows us to provide that care. Before returning to service after a transport to the hospital, there are certain things that the crews have to do to make sure that they're ready for the next call. Depending on the severity of the call and what the details were, they may need to decon, which is a very deep clean sanitation of that unit. They may need to restock supplies, replace some equipment, things of that nature.
What happens if a shift is short-staffed or experiences equipment problems?
So as an EMS system here in Nash County, we do have a progression of how we handle staffing shortages. We have a scheduling system that our district chiefs and battalion chiefs monitor. And in that system, full-time employees and part-time employees are allowed to bid on extra shifts if they so choose to. If it's the event that we can't get anybody to come back in and work those shifts, we do have a progression that we follow. The first one would be the community paramedic is taken out of service and sent to cover the open spot. EMS4 is the next piece in that progression, and that is simply based off of call volume. That is our slowest station throughout the county. We have a district chief that's stationed there 24/7. They operate a QRV. It is equipped just as much as an ambulance. They are prepared to handle any and all emergencies. Another factor in the decision of shutting down Mount Pleasant is the fact that there's an ambulance staff 6.7 miles away in Middlesex, and also another staff unit in Spring Hope that is 9.9 miles away. The next step in the progression would be EMS5, which is our truck that's located at Westmount. The reason for this is just the number of units that surround that area and can be easily backfilled by other units. In the event of an equipment malfunction or trucks that go down mechanically, we have a logistics chief that's on duty Monday through Friday and a logistics technician, and the crews know to call them if something happens, and we have reserve equipment, reserve trucks that they will get them so they can get back on the road and do their jobs.
So how busy is Nash County EMS? This year alone, they have responded to 20,861 calls for service. And their response time to those calls? The Nash EMS system has an average response time of 9 minutes and 9 seconds, which is on the low end of the national average. Along with Nash EMS administration staff, it takes the whole team to make the system work.
I cannot say enough about our staff. Without them, Nash County EMS would not exist. They work every day to their best ability to provide the best patient care for the residents and people that are in Nash County.
Next time you see someone from Nash EMS, thank them for their hard work and dedication to our community.